The Joplin Area Chamber president is stepping down. Plus, a court overturns the conviction of Bill Cosby. And fireworks accidents are up during the pandemic.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
The president of the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce resigns. This is KOAM News at 5. The chamber says President and CEO Toby Teeter is stepping down effective July 30th. Teeter was hired in December of 2018. Teeter says he was brought in to transition the chamber into the 21st century, focusing on entrepreneurship, economic development, and inclusion. And he says the table is set for the next person and that he's ready to leave.
It's been a very positive conversation. There's a number of initiatives. Some will be rolling out in the coming weeks that will further allow the business community to work together through these challenging times. More and more focus is on, the central mantra is you belong in Joplin.
COVID cases have been rising throughout the month of June in some parts of the four states, including in Newton County, Missouri. The head of the Newton County Health Department says the low point was 8 active cases in early May, but currently the county has 140 active cases. He says the recent rise can be attributed to the county's low vaccination rate, and also says that while 19 county residents who have been vaccinated did get infected, that actually shows that the vaccine works.
Out of those 19, none of them were hospitalized except one, and that one had severe underlying health conditions that attributed to his hospitalization more so than the COVID. So out of the 19, we could really say that none of them were hospitalized, which means the vaccine played an important role in keeping them at much lower symptoms.
Tonight at 6, we're going to meet a Newton County resident who says her county's low vaccination rate has caused her thoughts on getting the vaccine to evolve. Doug Eddy joins us now with the first look at the weather.
Well, of course, more showers, more thunderstorms for us today, especially as we have gone into the afternoon hours. So more scattered thunderstorms across the region. And we even have one pretty good little cluster that is rolling through Crawford County, Cherokee County, and then down into Ottawa County in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. These are strong storms. We did have one severe thunderstorm warning earlier in Vernon County, but most of these are just kind of strong storms. But you can see a lot of lightning with this storm in Cherokee County. And we're just going to have kind of periods of showers and thunderstorms once again as we go through the evening hours. You can see them just kind of popping up. Here's 8 p.m. After midnight, they'll start to die down a little bit, but we're still going to have scattered thunderstorms all the way into at least the first half of the daytime hours tomorrow. Then we'll start to see some changes. We'll look at that here in a bit.
All right, catch you then. Bill Cosby is once again a free man. Pennsylvania Supreme Court today overturned the comedian's sex assault conviction. The man who was once known as America's Dad was the first celebrity tried and convicted in the Me Too era. Reporter Elise Preston has the latest.
After a stunning court reversal, Bill Cosby has been released from prison. Pennsylvania's highest court overturned the 83-year-old sexual assault conviction on a technicality.
This decision will be criticized far and wide, even though the lawyers would tell you it is a correct decision. He was not found not guilty. He was not now innocent.
Cosby was convicted in 2018 of drugging and molesting Temple University employee Andrea Constan at his suburban Philadelphia estate in 2004. But Pennsylvania Supreme Court says Cosby should never have been charged because a former district attorney made a deal with the comedian. In exchange for testimony in a civil case brought by Constan, Cosby would not face criminal charges.
Bill Cosby relied on that promise. He could not take the Fifth Amendment to say that he could incriminate himself because he was never going to be prosecuted.
Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years and vowed to serve his whole sentence rather than admit wrongdoing or remorse. At least 60 other women stepped forward with stories similar to Constan's. 5 testified at Cosby's highly publicized trial. The High Court said allowing that additional testimony tainted the jury, despite a lower court ruling that it was appropriate to show a pattern of abuse.
Bill Cosby will be forever tarnished. He does not go back to being America's dad.
So far, prosecutors have not said whether they will appeal. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Gloria Allred, who represented many of the women in the Cosby case, says today's decision is devastating for the accusers who bravely testified. Florida officials say they'll convene a grand jury to investigate the condo building collapse in Surfside. Search and rescue efforts are now in their 7th day, and another body was recovered last night. It brings the death toll up to 12. 149 people are still missing, and searchers say they are not giving up hope. President Biden and the First Lady will visit the site tomorrow. Former President Trump headed to the southern border today with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who has vowed to complete the border wall. Mr. Trump is joining the governor for a round table on border security and a tour of the wall with a group of House Republican lawmakers. Vice President Harris, who is leading the administration's efforts to stem illegal border crossing, visited the border last week and said the focus needs to be dealing with the root causes of the issue. Still ahead, how the potential cost of a new Alzheimer's drug could limit who gets it, and a look at the fireworks injuries trend during the pandemic. Topping today's Health Watch, a new Alzheimer's drug may get only restricted access for Medicare patients because of its $56,000 a year cost for treatments. The FDA recently approved Aduhelm, a treatment for Alzheimer's disease, but its high cost could mean restricted Medicare access. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is reviewing Aduhelm's approval. New national data shows a significant increase in injuries and deaths due to fireworks during the pandemic. Reporter Elise Preston looks at ways to keep your family safe this summer.
Michael Spencer wants everyone to know about the dangers of fireworks.
Leave the fireworks to the professionals.
At a backyard barbecue in 2015, a mortar shell changed his life in an instant.
I lost my pinky, I lost my ring finger, the tip of my middle finger, and my thumb from my left hand. On my right hand, I lost my index finger and the tip of my middle finger and damaged my thumb.
Data shows a spike in fireworks injuries and deaths during the pandemic. A Consumer Product Safety Commission report says at least 18 people died in 2020 compared to 12 in 2019. About 15,600 people were treated in emergency rooms, up from 10,000 the year before.
Many of the municipalities around the country had canceled their public fireworks displays, and it may have been that consumers took their own celebrations into their backyards and into their own hands.
Most injuries from fireworks occurred now in the month around the 4th of July.
8 of those 18 deaths were to someone who had been using alcohol or drugs. You need to be very careful when you're using fireworks.
Also, experts say never let children use fireworks, including sparklers, which burn at 2,000 degrees. Never try to relight or pick up a firework that is malfunctioning, and keep a bucket of water or hose nearby. Michael has had 16 surgeries to try to rebuild his hands.
This happened to me for a reason. So if we can prevent one person from getting hurt or losing their life, what I've been through is well worth it.
He hopes others get the message. Elise Preston, CBS News.
The report shows firecrackers caused most trips to the ER, followed by sparklers. Gym classes could boost your child's academic performance, particularly in math. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine shows children benefit from physical education classes with a strong cognitive component, such as martial arts, dance, or high-intensity sports. Researchers say physical activity also helps a child's psychology and behavior. While an unhappy marriage may end in divorce, men who stay in unhappy marriages, they could end up dying sooner. Men who expressed dissatisfaction with their marriage were 94% more likely to suffer a stroke during the 3 decades of follow-up and 21% more likely to die from any cause. Experts believe men in unhappy marriages may be more likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, and stress, all of which may increase stroke risk. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about brushes for your dog's coats.
Plus, we're getting more showers and thunderstorms across the region. How long is this going to last? We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, more showers, more thunderstorms for us today. Some heavy amounts of rain. Not much in the way of severe weather. We had one severe thunderstorm warning in Vernon County earlier, but most of these storms have just been kind of moderate to strong, good old summer storms across the region, and that's what we're going to continue to see as we go through the evening hours. You can see one pretty big batch now working through southwestern parts of Missouri, and then still some good storms on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side that are causing some heavy amounts of rain. Pretty good cluster from Pittsburgh, Columbus, down toward Joplin and Miami, and then also another cluster out through northeastern parts of Oklahoma. But more rain, of course. Strongest part of this storm is just to the west of Miami with some pretty heavy amounts of rain. Then it extends up into Cherokee County, Columbus, and then all the way up toward Pittsburgh. Moderate to heavy amounts of rain. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, and that's just about it. But we need a little bit of a break from the rain. It does kind of trail off a bit once you get out across our western counties. So I think this will be our last big batch until we get into the overnight hours for us tonight. But look at all the rain. This dates back into the weekend. You can see most of southwestern Missouri into northeastern Oklahoma, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inches. Even on the Kansas side, there's a big pocket from Columbus up to Pittsburgh where we have seen 6, 7, 8 inches. And then a little bit less in southeastern Kansas, but still everybody across the entire viewing area has picked up several inches of rain over the past several days. Let's go through time. Scattered thunderstorms continue. Here's 8 p.m. Then they start to trail off a little bit. By the time we get late evening into the overnight hours, maybe flaring up a bit across southwestern parts of Missouri. But all in all, we're still going to have scattered thunderstorms into tomorrow morning, and then we'll start to see some changes as we get into the second half of the day. Temperatures 70s where you're getting the rain, 80s where you haven't received the rain, and our humidity is still high. Our dew points are sitting into lower 70s, which makes it feel muggy to kind of soupy out there, even when you aren't getting the rain. Outside, 7th and range line, looking off toward the west, currently at 74. Feels like 74. Humidity is at 91%, relative humidity. Temperatures hold fairly steady through the evening hours. Eventually, we'll back down near 70 a little bit later on tonight. So we still got to deal with the scattered thunderstorms for us this evening into the overnight hours, and then kind of flaring up again late tonight into the morning hours. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. But here's the good news. A cold front starts to slip through as we go through the daytime hours. We're still going to have scattered storms, but as this occurs, this will eventually cut off all of our rain, which is good news and great to see. We'll start at 70, 78 by noon, high temp right around 81 as we go into the afternoon hours. But most of the rain is pretty much gone tomorrow night, and then check out Friday. It looks pretty good. There may be a few showers to our southwest, but most of us will see partly sunny skies, high temps into the lower 80s. Which will be nice to see as we go into the holiday weekend. 81 tomorrow, still scattered showers and thunderstorms. 82 Friday, 84 Saturday on the 4th, 86, but we get 4 or 5 days that we get to dry out.
Yeah, nice weekend for the holiday.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Thanks, Doc. Coming up, technology intended to battle robocalls. First, though, we recognize a four-state veteran of the Vietnam War. Columbus, Kansas native Marvin Price served in the U.S. Navy from 1959 to 1963. Electricians made second-class Marvin Price a four-state hero. Topping Consumer Watch, Freeman Health System and Crowder College launch a new apprentice program for students who want to become certified medical assistants. That paid program starts on August 23rd. Students will spend 20 hours a week in a variety of learning opportunities, including traveling to various clinics within the area. We're going to hear more about that program tonight at 6. The Supreme Court voted 5-4 to uphold the CDC's eviction moratorium until its expiration date on July 31st. The moratorium prevents landlords from evicting tenants who aren't paying rent because of the pandemic. The Biden administration does not expect another extension. Americans receive nearly 130 million robocalls per day. But today is the last chance for phone companies to adopt a new technology that could stop many of those calls. Dina Demetrius explains.
They're the calls no one wants to receive.
I've noticed that I've been getting tons of them.
On a bad day, I've gotten over 6 before.
It's really annoying. Most of my calls I let go to voicemail.
The calls are often scams. Con artists can spoof numbers to make it look like it's coming from your area code or even a government agency.
This call is regarding to your social security number. We found some fraudulent activities under your name.
But many of these messages could soon be blocked. The FCC deadline is here for every major U.S. phone provider to adopt a technology called Stir Shaken, which validates a call and means the number you see is legit. CNET's Ian Schur.
So in theory, a fake phone call or a spoofed phone call will not be able to get through. Shaken and Stir is supposed to be built into the networks, so you won't have to do anything for it to work.
It's hoped Stir Shaken will significantly cut down the number of robocalls we receive, but it won't completely stop them.
Whenever you build any type of security, people are going to find a way around it.
For example, spam callers are still able to buy legitimate 1-800 numbers or go through overseas phone companies that don't have the Stir Shaken technology. Schur says that's why you shouldn't answer calls you don't recognize.
When you pick up your phone and the scammers know that you're on the other end of the line, they mark you as someone who could potentially be a victim one day. And they actually sell your phone number to other people saying, hey, there's someone on the other end of this who's willing to pick up.
There are other ways to hang up on scammers. Many companies offer apps with extra protection that can help make sure the calls you receive are real. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Automakers must now report any crashes involving self-driving vehicles. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration wants the data to better identify safety issues and likely to set new regulations for the growing technology. Final check of the forecast next. The CBS Evening News is next, and on KOAM News at 6, we're going to explore some potential reasons for the surge in COVID-19 cases in the Joplin area. Plus, the sheriff shuts down the Barton County Jail because of safety concerns. And we're going to tell you about the new water park coming to the Oklahoma-Arkansas state line. Stay with the CBS Evening News, KOAM News at 6. Dog's hair comes in all types, and so do grooming products. Today's question for our pet vet on call: how do I know what brush is best for my dog's coat?
It's not so much about the best brush because it kind of depends on your dog's coat. For instance, a boxer or a Doberman needs a soft bristle brush. A medium-haired dog like a German Shepherd or a Rottweiler would work best with a shedding blade. Or a long-haired dog will need a comb or a brush with long teeth so it can get through all the hair. The important thing is to brush your dog. You can find a lot of foreign material in there that may be painful. It scratches all the itches, it massages the coat, it makes your dog happy and healthier. Remember that the important thing is that the coats on our dogs are not natural. We created them and therefore we have to take care of them. And if you're not up for that, have him shaved and bathed regularly.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have one, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. Our picks of the litter for the week have very different coats and might need different brushes. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this female husky mix. Her name is Freya. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we have a female red heeler named Blossom. Two beautiful dogs. If you're looking for a pet, remember, check out your local Humane Society. They always have a lot of great ones. More rain in the area.
I know.
Raining cats and dogs out there.
It is. Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue for us throughout the evening hours, kind of on and off, so periods. And then still some showers and thunderstorms for us tomorrow, especially in the morning hours. And then we get a chance to dry out a bit. Friday looks good. Saturday and Sunday look pretty good as well, which is the 4th. A lot of people will take off Monday as well. And then by the middle part of next week, we start to heat back up with those rain chances returning.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.